Sure. Well, I never voted for earmark for Planned Parenthood. I never voted for earmark for Planned Parenthood. Never have. On the bailout, I did vote for that. It was a tough vote. I supported it. I heard a lot from companies here. I feel we are at a precipice and something that there was no alternative on the table. I talked to our delegation along with Senator Coburn before I voted on it. He supported it as well with me. And it was at that time, all we had to look at. We were facing high unemployment rates, possibly as high as 30%. You're hearing this information from a Federal Reserve Chairman, a Treasury Secretary, many people that at the time you think would know. Could we have done a better job? Maybe so, but that was all that was presented at the time.
Yeah, I was against it too.
I appreciate that.
He said I was against it, or your constituents were against it.
Most of that's been paid back.
Oh no!
Well, a lot of it had to do with an instrument, a collateral.
Repeat your question, please. Repeat your question.
She asked, how did it get that bad? How did it get that bad here in our economy that this was even looked at, considered, and voted on? There was an instrument that was created called a collateral debt obligation. It was a mortgage-backed securities and all these financial instruments, derivatives. Very complicated, hard to understand. They were built on these tranches of a mortgage that was a good mortgage, had some good ones in it and some bad ones in it. And they were always considered solid loans. And what they did is they started creating more of them to sell, because it used to be kind of a small kind of part of the industry, but it grew a lot. So they needed more customers to get into it. And what they did is they started getting more money out there, loaning people these no document loans. They weren't really checking credit, and they were really trying to get money out there so they could get these things together and sell them. And started selling to other countries. A lot of other countries were buying, a lot of people buying. And what happened was they started seeing that these teaser rates they gave and started going up. And when they did, all these things started to collapse. And usually a few in these tranches would collapse. It's not so bad. High rates were. And when that happened, it was trillions of dollars that went bad. And it reverberated through the entire financial industry as well as worldwide. It's still tough right now. You're even talking about another problem in our economy coming up in regards to this deal. That's why what caused it was a lot of rating agencies. The rating agencies like Moody's and Standards & Poor's will look at these, and they're supposed to rate them. Now, they're just government bureaucrats, really, that are doing this kind of stuff. They got cozy with the industry. These were very complex financial instruments, and they didn't really understand them, and only the Wall Street guys that created them understood them. And they would rate them as AAA rated, which is the top rating, which they weren't. And that's why people bought them. And it was just a house of cards. And so really the rating agencies are to blame too. The SEC as well for not seeing this sooner. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac as well. There was not much oversight on that. But Well, as you see, government here, what we're doing is we passed a financial bill in Congress before I left. A wide sweeping financial regulatory legislation that's going to solve it. It's just not. What it's doing is those big banks that cause the problems with these complicated financial instruments, it's going to hurt some community banks here in Oklahoma that were given money during the tough times to people on Main Street that they should have, but they're the ones that are going to be affected by it. It's going all the way to the ATM machines. I mean, people are, fees and all that are being regulated. So, again, they're giving more power to people that cause the problem. These unregulated instruments, these financial instruments do need to be looked at because they're complicated and people are making tons of money on it, but it hurts very bad.
Congressman, do you think it would be fair to say that it is so complicated that not one of us really could have a grasp on it in its entirety?
Put words in our mouth.
It's hard to understand. It is. I'll tell you to come Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'm having a hard time holding this camera steady. I'm just laughing.